Stop buying air fresheners. In this video, I am going to show you a $2 trick you can do on your stove today that will make your whole house smell like the lobby of a luxury hotel, and I can make that promise with a straight face because I ran housekeeping in one for 10 years, and I know exactly what that famous hotel smell really is and exactly what it costs. But before I give it to you, walk down the air freshener aisle with me for a minute, because I want you to see it the way someone in the trade sees it. There are the plugins, $8 or $9 for the little device, and then the refills, forever, 2 little pods at a time. There are the aerosol sprays, $5 a can, empty in a few weeks. There are the reed diffusers, $15 to $30. There are the candles, and I have watched people carry a single candle to the register for $28. And there are the gel cones, the card trees, the scented beads for the vacuum, the drawer sachets. An ordinary household can drift into spending $200, $300, $400 a year on this aisle without ever once deciding to. Now let me tell you what is inside all of it. Perfume, and something to carry the perfume into the air. Solvent, propellant, wax, or plastic. That is the whole aisle. Not one product on those shelves removes a bad smell. They cover it. They are louder than the bad smell for a few hours, and then the bad smell is still there, because the thing making it is still there. The entire industry is built on selling you a mask, on a subscription, forever. What I am going to give you today is the two-step system professionals actually use. Step 1 removes the bad smells at the source for pennies, using something you already own. Step 2 adds one clean, natural scent that people will walk into your home and comment on. Total cost about $2, and most of that is a lemon. My name is Kenji Sato. Most people call me Ken. 25 years cleaning professionally, first in my parents' commercial cleaning company from the age of 17, then 10 years running housekeeping in a luxury hotel. And here's a piece of insider knowledge to set the scene. That unforgettable smell when you walk into an expensive hotel lobby is not an accident, and it is not a candle. Hotels pay scent companies thousands of dollars a year for machines that pump a signature fragrance into the air handling system because they know a smell writes itself into your memory faster than anything you see. Guests used to ask me constantly what the smell was and where they could buy it, and the honest answer was, you cannot. And even if you could, it is not doing what you think it is doing, because here's what those guests never understood. The scent machine was maybe 5% of what their nose was enjoying. The other 95% was the absence of every bad smell, and that absence was created by my team, every single day at the source. No old garbage smell, no drain smell, no damp towel smell, no yesterday's food smell. Nothing. And into that clean nothing, one gentle scent. That is the entire trick, and it is a trick you can do at home better and cheaper than any hotel, because your house is small and theirs was enormous. My grandmother knew this her whole life without a single machine. Her house always smelled wonderful, and I will tell you her method too, because it costs about as much as a bar of soap. Stay with me, because I am also going to tell you the one mistake almost everyone makes with home smells, the reason the spray never seems to work for long, and it is not the spray's fault. Let us start with the mistake, because everything else follows from it. When most people notice a bad smell, they reach for a product and they aim it at the air. But the air is not the problem. Air does not smell. Air carries smell from a source, and the source is a physical thing sitting somewhere in your home, releasing odor molecules around the clock. Spraying the air is like mopping the floor while the tap is still running. So the first rule of the trade is this: you do not freshen air. You remove sources, find the thing, clean the thing, and the smell is gone, not covered, gone, and it does not come back tomorrow. And in an ordinary home, there is a short, predictable list of sources doing almost all of the damage. The refrigerator, the kitchen drain, the garbage can, the dishwasher, damp fabric. That is most of the list. Deal with those and your house does not smell bad, which means you no longer need an industry whose entire business is shouting over smells you should not have. So let me walk you through the source list first, because it is the foundation, and then we will get to the $2 stove trick that makes the whole place smell expensive. Source number 1, the refrigerator, and here's where the humble box of baking soda earns its place in history. Take a mason jar, or any open jar, and fill it about halfway with plain baking soda. Now cover the top with something breathable. The old-fashioned way is a piece of cloth or cheesecloth held with a jar ring or a rubber band, or you can punch a few holes in the metal lid with a nail. Set it on a shelf near the back of the fridge and leave it there. Baking soda is not a perfume, it is the opposite of a perfume. It absorbs and neutralizes odor molecules, particularly the sour and acidic ones that food gives off, which is why a fridge with a jar of it in the corner smells like nothing at all, which is exactly how a fridge should smell. Swap the soda out every 2 or 3 months, and do not throw the old soda away. Pour it down your kitchen drain with some hot water and it does one last job on the way out. Which brings me to source number 2, the drain itself, because I will tell you a trade secret. When someone says my kitchen smells and I cannot find why, it is the drain more often than everything else combined. Food residue builds a film inside that pipe, and it sits there a few inches below the surface of your spotless sink, breathing at you. Once a week, pour a good half cup of baking soda into the drain. Follow it with a cup of hot vinegar, let it foam and sit for 15 minutes, then flush it with the hottest tap water you have. Pennies 3 minutes and the single most common bad smell in the American kitchen is gone at the root. Source 3, the garbage can. Wash the can itself now and then, not just the bag, because drips get under the bag, and then keep a few spoonfuls of baking soda sprinkled in the bottom of the can under the bag, where it sits absorbing odors all week long. And source 4, damp fabric. Kitchen sponges, dish towels, bath mats, A sponge more than a couple of weeks old is a smell factory, and it wipes its smell onto every counter it touches. Change them, wash the towels hot, hang things to dry properly. None of this costs real money. All of it removes smell instead of renting a louder one. And now, with the sources handled, the trick I promise you, the one that fills the clean house with the expensive smell. It is called a simmer pot, and it is the oldest scent technology in the world, and it beats every plug-in ever manufactured. Take your smallest pot, fill it about 2/3 with water. Slice one whole lemon into rounds, peel and all, and drop them in, because most of the fragrance of a lemon lives in the oils of the peel. Add a sprig or two of fresh rosemary. Then add about a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and the cheap imitation vanilla works every bit as well for this, so do not waste the good baking vanilla. Bring it just to a bare simmer, then turn the heat down as low as your stove will go, so it is barely steaming, not bubbling hard. And that is it. That gentle steam carries lemon oil, rosemary, and vanilla through your entire house, room after room, for hours. It is not a chemical impression of freshness, it is the actual thing. People will walk in and ask what you are baking, or what that smell is, and the answer is about $1.50 of groceries. Two rules, and I mean both of them. Keep water in the pot, check it every hour or so, and top it up, because a pot simmered dry is a burnt smell and a ruined pot, the exact opposite of what we are doing here. And only run it while you are home and awake. It is a stove. Treat it like one. Never leave the house or go to sleep with the burner on, even on low. When you are done, turn it off, and you can keep the same pot of ingredients in the fridge and re-simmer it for 2 or 3 days before it is spent. And once you know the method, you can compose with it like a cook. That lemon, rosemary, and vanilla combination is the famous one, bright and clean, and it works in any season. In the winter, slice an orange instead, add a couple of cinnamon sticks and a few whole cloves, and your house smells like a holiday. Apple peels and cinnamon after you have made a pie. A few slices of ginger and lemon when someone is under the weather. You are not buying Mountain Rain or Ocean Whisper, invented in a laboratory in New Jersey. You are steaming actual food, and your nose knows the difference immediately, and so does everyone who visits. If you grow rosemary, and I will tell you it is nearly impossible to kill and turns into a bush if you let it, your signature house scent is effectively free forever. Now, the small touches, the finishing details, and this is where my grandmother comes in. Her linen drawers smelled beautiful for 70 years, and her entire method was a bar of soap. Take a wrapped or unwrapped bar of nice smelling soap and lay it in your sock drawer, your linen closet, your towel shelf. It releases scent for months, costs $1 or $2, and at the end of its service, you unwrap it and wash with it. Nothing is wasted. She would have found the drawer sachet aisle very funny. A cousin of that trick, if you have perfume samples or little essential oil sitting around, spray or drip some onto a wooden popsicle stick or clothespin and tuck it in the drawer, because raw wood holds scent remarkably well. And one more for the bathroom, a small touch guests always notice. Put 2 or 3 drops of essential oil on the inside of the cardboard toilet paper tube. Every time the roll turns, it releases a little of the scent into the room. Costs nothing, takes 5 seconds, and it is exactly the kind of detail a good hotel sweats over. One honest caution while we are on essential oils, because I promised you I would always give you the honest version. Keep them away from pets, especially cats. Some oils are genuinely not good for animals, so a drop on a cardboard tube up on the holder is fine, but do not run strong oil diffusers all day in a small room where your cat lives. Careful is part of the craft. Now let me tell you the deeper thing that is going on here, because this channel is not really about lemons, it is about seeing clearly. The fragrance industry spent decades teaching this country that clean is a smell. That a home is not clean unless it announces itself, unless it smells like a purple bottle. And they taught it so well that a truly clean room, a room that smells of nothing at all, started to feel unfinished to people. Think about what a trick that is. In laundry detergent, the fragrance is among the most expensive ingredients in the bottle, and it washes zero dirt. In the air freshener aisle, the fragrance is the entire product. They turned your own nose into a salesman that works for them, and it collects its commission from you every month. Here is the professional truth I learned running that hotel. Clean smells like nothing. Nothing is the goal. Nothing is what took my team all day to produce. And then, into the nothing, you place one real scent, a simmering lemon, a bar of soap in a drawer, and it lands with 10 times the force of any aerosol because it is not fighting anything. Clean is not a smell you buy. Remove the sources, add one honest scent, and your home will smell better than the day you moved in. And I will be straight with you about the limits because I always am. A simmer pot perfumes your house for an afternoon and an evening, not for 3 weeks, so it is a ritual, not an appliance. If you have a serious smell, a pet accident soaked into carpet mildew, a musty basement, no scent on earth fixes that, not mine and not theirs. Those are source problems, and the musty ones are moisture problems, and I will cover both properly in future videos, because covering them up is exactly the trap I am trying to walk you out of. What I have given you today handles the ordinary life of an ordinary house, and it handles it almost for free. Do the math against your own receipts. A couple of plug-in refills a month, a candle here, a spray there, that is easily $200 or $300 a year, every year, for masks. The system I just gave you costs a box of baking soda, a jug of vinegar, a lemon a week, and a bar of soap. Call it $30 a year, and your house does not smell covered. It smells clean because it is. So here's what I want you to do today. Jar of baking soda in the fridge, open the box and pour it, 2 minutes. Baking soda and hot vinegar down the kitchen drain, 3 minutes. And this afternoon, 1 lemon, a sprig of rosemary, a splash of vanilla, smallest pot, lowest heat, and just see what happens to your house and see who comments on it. Then come tell me in the comments, and I want the honest answer. How much do you think you have spent on that aisle in the last year? And what is your family's scent? The smell that means home to you, your mother's kitchen, your grandmother's linen closet. I want to hear it because I read every single comment, and those stories are half the reason I make these videos. Next time, we are going after one of the biggest ripoffs in the whole store, the canister of disinfecting wipes, because I am going to show you the $1 recipe that makes a full tub of them in 5 minutes, and I am going to read you the fine print on the branded canister that proves most people have never actually disinfected anything with them. That one will change how you see that label forever, so subscribe now so it finds you. I am Ken Sato. Do it once, do it properly, then it stays done. I will see you in the next one.